Hey, how you doing? It's time for another fight reaction. Sam K suggested that I should take a look at a channel called American Prize Ring, and that they fought a mix of gloved and non-gloved bouts, but fought to London Prize Ring rules. So that kind of got my attention straight away, and I thought I'd go and check it out. So I've pulled up a fight. It's not really at random. I've pulled one up that's 4 and a bit minutes, because that feels like a good amount of time for one of these videos, because let's be honest, I'm going to bang on for a long time, so it's probably going to be closer to 15 minutes by the time we're finished. But also, I picked a couple of guys that look like they know what they're doing. Jesse War Shaman Mays versus Joe Relentless Pursuit Adams. I love the names. Don't know which of them's which, but I guess we'll see. So to just recap what I'm expecting to see, if they fight to London Prize Ring rules, I'm expecting to see them fight A, bare knuckle, and I'm expecting them to have 2 lines scratched in the ground that they put their toes against at the start of every round. I'm expecting a round to only finish when somebody goes to the ground. Standing grappling is allowed, but no taking hold below the waist. Striking is allowed. No striking below the belt. Let's see how it goes. I'd be interested to see how they run the fight, whether they've got seconds the way that they were done back then. You would put a knee out and the fighter would sit on your knee and you'd pass them the bottle. So your second was there effectively to be your advocate during the fight and to look after you. But your bottle holder was there to look after you during the actual breaks in the rounds, to make sure you had somewhere to sit and to give you a drink. So let's see if they've done that. And yeah, it'll be interesting. So 1 second, let's get it all fired up and ready to go. I'm going to try and move across to the side so we can stick that up there. And yeah, let's go.
How does this feel?
Okay,
Good.
so we've got raps going on.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy, I wonder, is that? I don't know who that
30
is.
seconds is going to start being.
Oh, we got some nice quad action
At the
going
end of
on
that
there.
30 seconds, or in fact, he'll give you a 10-second warning. You have that at the end of the.
I recognise that chap. Not the fighters. I don't recognise either of them. I don't know which of them is Jesse and which of them is Joe. So, for the purposes of this video, and I don't mean this to be in any way derogatory because it's not, I'm going to call the guy on the left Tattoos, because he's got plenty. You know, haven't all the best people? Yes, yes we have. Got a new one. Got a new one. It's really, really flaky at the moment. It's about a week old. Anyway, that's not what that's about. So I've got Tattoos, and I'm going to call the guy on the right, I'm going to call him Little Josh, because he looks a little bit like Josh Barnett. Smaller. But yeah. But they both look like they train. That's a good thing. But I didn't stop it for that. I stopped it because the guy in the middle with the Bruiser t-shirt on, I recognise him. And I think he's got an English accent. So I think that is Tom, oh, Pugilisticus Britannicus. Tom Bellinge, is it? But yeah, that's a good sign. If that's actually him, I think it is, because he knows his stuff. And in the nicest possible way, he's got a nose that suggests he's not averse to throwing a few fists himself. So let's go back and see that again and listen out for his accent. Sounds British to me.
Yeah. 30 seconds is going to start being on the clock.
Okay.
Yeah. At the end of that 30 seconds, or in fact, he'll give you a 10-second warning. You have that at the end of that 30-second period, you must be towing that line up to scratch.
Okay, this is good. So we've got the lines, we've got the scratch. They're a little bit close together. I'm pretty sure the rules state that they should be 1 metre apart, and that's a little bit close, and that gives the fighters time to close. From there, they're going to be within striking distance at the start, which is going to change the dynamic of the fight a little. Not necessarily worse. I guess we'll see. But yeah, definitely recognise that chap. The ground looks a little bit uneven, so that'll be interesting. And I'm not sure how grappling and throwing is going to work, because yeah, it's not grass, is it? So let's see.
You got it?
There you go. You can see straight away. It's exactly what I said. They're starting right in distance, and that's quite interesting. And Tattoos has clearly fought before. He's clearly got some knowledge of striking. He's getting some head movement and getting that duck in there quite early on, getting his hands up. He's yeah. Do you know what? I've got a good feeling about this one.
Up to scratch. You got it?
Okay.
I got it.
Some nice little body shots, pushing away. Okay, this is all looking pretty good.
Don't turn away, Jesse. You got to look at it.
Yeah.
There you go. Swim. Swim the arms. Swim the arms. Don't look.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there for a second, because little Josh here, apparently, is that Jesse? I don't know. He definitely seems less comfortable striking than Tattoos. Maybe that's because he's not that experienced at a striking game. He's clearly trained, he's clearly doing something, and he's quite happy to get in close and to get a grip. So I suspect he's more of a grappler, more of a wrestler. But yeah, he does have a habit of kind of turning away. A couple of little body shots being thrown and landing from Tattoos. Let's see how it goes. If one of them is a wrestler, I don't expect this round to last very long. But my gut feel here, after what, 10 seconds or so of fighting, is that Tattoos is probably going to win. That's my gut feel, because I think he's a better striker, and I think that he's already managed to break one clinch and push the guy away and set up some more strikes. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, still got a good feeling. Still enjoying it so far.
Away, Joe. High guard. Swim the arms.
High guard. Put your high guard up and get out.
Yeah, there's a lot of head turning away going on.
There you go. There you go. Cover up. Cover up. Cover yourself up, Jesse. Cover yourself up.
Oh. There you go. I'm going to slow it down and let's go back and watch that again, because it looks like little Josh threw a little right over the top and managed to get one to land. So, let's go into settings and go to playback speed, and let's just drop that to half for a moment. Let's see if I was right.
Oh, there you go. Cover up, cover up, cover yourself up, Jesse.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, little bunch to the temple. Okay, well, there's a nice little return from Tattoos there. I'm going to speed that back up, because I do much prefer watching these at actual live speed. But yeah, okay. This is definitely a better quality fight than some of the others we've looked at so far. Still dubious about that ground. It looks like it kind of steep. It's quite steep. It drops off quite quickly. I wouldn't really want to be up against a wrestler if I could end up being thrown down a gorge into a river. But you know, takes all sorts.
Keep your high guard up. Jesse, circle out of his power hand. Circle away. We're coming straight in, bull.
Yeah, there's just a lot of push in there.
Come on.
Oh, God, just paused it at exactly the wrong moment. I just wanted to say that I suspect that little Josh is an MMA fighter. I could be wrong, but that's my suspicion, in that he seems to be getting in quite close and trying to choke up the other guy's ability to strike, getting his arm up into his face and pushing him backwards, which works brilliantly when there's a cage wall, and you can use that to get set up a clinch and a throw and take him down. Maybe dirty boxing, maybe his clinch works good, but based on this, I suspect that I might have been right about the whole wrestler thing. So let's go back and watch that again and see what happens with this throw.
We're coming straight in, bull.
Joe, uppercut to the body.
Come on.
Uppercut to the body.
Time! 30 seconds.
Okay, that's really interesting. That didn't go the way I expected it to. Let's go back a second. The most common throw in the pre-gloved pugilistic fighting arena was the cross-buttock throw, but you quite often see things like a back fall, you'd hook a leg and you push people, and I think that's pretty much what's going on here, in that I think what happened was that little Josh went to try and set up a hip throw across buttock, and that Tattoos managed to hook a leg and turn it into essentially a backfall despite being held in a chancery. But it was quite interesting that as soon as they hit the ground, time was called. So clearly there's no ground fighting, which again fits with the London prize ring. So yeah, still quite enjoying this. I'm very aware that we're a minute into a 4.5 minute video, so there's still quite a bit to go. Let's see how it plays out. And of course we've got the break in between the rounds now. That should be 30 seconds, and the fighters should get to go and sit down if they want to on their bottle holder's knee and have a nice little drink. Let's see if that happens.
Time.
Yeah, there you go. Pugilistic Britannicus. Did you see the back of the t-shirt? Let's just go back.
30 seconds.
Okay, look. Yeah, there you go. That's the name of his YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to him, go and check him out. Another guy that focuses on pugilism. Yeah. Okay. I'm liking this a lot. This is great. This has got a real historical feel to it. Bare knuckle fight, grappling allowed, and yeah, I'm enjoying this.
Okay. You're training boxing. Okay. So let's block. Let's work that out. Keep a high guard. So what I need you to do is I need you to circle.
Exactly. 10 seconds. Scratch. Okay.
Scratch again. They're starting off very, very close. But there's some nice little strikes going there.
Don't turn. Don't
Tattoos
turn
has
your
got
head.
yeah, Tattoos has definitely got a better striking game. I don't know how historical his striking game is. Even when he's throwing that lead, he's still bringing it round a little. But he's got a fairly heavy right coming over as well. If he can keep that going, he can get a few strikes in and maybe do a little bit of damage. But I suspect what's going to happen is that little Josh is going to get in there and get to the clinch again. And yeah, well, let's see, hey?
Jesse, don't turn your head.
Oh. Nice little body shot coming in there. Whether it will have done any damage or not, I don't know. But as he went to close, he got that little right contracted arm strike up into the ribs. Let's go back and watch that again.
Don't turn your head. Jesse, don't turn your head.
There you go. Oh,
Protect your chin.
right. We're going to have to go back and watch that with some slow motion, because I wonder if that almost became an elbow as it came in. And I'd have to check in the London prize ring rules, because I haven't got them memorised, disappointingly. But I think that's actually okay. So we're going to go back. We're going to set the playback speed to half. And we're going to watch it.
Turn your head.
As it spins in here, punch comes in. No, it wasn't an elbow. It was definitely a hook, and it landed and glanced off. But you see a little bit of that shockwave, which is quite nice. Unless it's your belly that's being hit. So yeah, you should be able to see the punch impact. Yeah, beautiful. But we're back at the clinch, and we know, based on round one, that little Josh is going to be doing better in the clinch. He's got that overhook. Has he got the head caught in as well? I'm not sure if he has. Let's see if we get a better view of that. Let's see if he's managed to catch the head in a reverse chancery hold. But either way, yeah, I think he's probably the better grappler.
Protect your chin.
Okay, yeah, he has, but it's...
Jesse, swim! Swim!
There you go. There's the back heel, which pretty much is exactly what we were expecting at this point, that little Josh is going to try and get another throw in. I do wonder if this is an unlimited round match. I mean, historically it would have been, and they'd have carried on fighting until one of the fighters wasn't willing or able to come back up to scratch. I think these two guys have got a fair amount of experience and a little bit of ability here. So I think if they are actually going to go the distance, I think that it's probably going to be either a nasty throw that wins somebody and stops them getting back up, or there's going to be a knockout blow. Assuming they are going the distance, because I think that this would be a much, much longer fight if these guys were just going on gas and, you know, gameness, bottom, as it was called at the time. But yeah, let's see that little back hold
Jesse,
again.
swim! Swim!
Oh, okay, he's even kind of grapevined it and they've gone down. But it's not done any real damage because they went down gently.
Come on, Jesse, sit.
And going down gently like that is absolutely fine in an MMA situation when you're going to follow them down and carry on fighting. But that's clearly not going to happen here because our buddy Tom there is going to get involved and get them sat back on their second bottle holder's knee, stop the round and get them fighting again, according to the rules, which is absolutely right. So if you're going to throw somebody, the throw itself has to do some damage, or there's not a lot of point in doing it. The only reason to throw somebody like that, really, is because they're beating you and you want a rest. And I'm not sure that that's the case here. So, possibly just a strategic mistake. Let's see.
You can. Sit. You can grapple however you want.
I do like this. I like this a lot.
You know, no problem pushing your legs.
You got a marathon, okay?
Yeah, a little bit of clinch work certainly takes it out of you very, very quickly, especially when it's against somebody who's strong, somebody that knows what they're doing. So I'm not surprised that this guy's gassed, even though he's in clearly pretty good shape.
Make it the right line, boys.
All right.
Yep, back up to scratch, toe on the line. Yeah, there we go again, straight away.
Jesse, come on, Jesse.
Yeah, straight away little Josh has come trying to get back into that clinch. He knows damn well that the other guy's got a better striking game than him. And that's okay, you know, but, you know, I think at this point, you probably, these guys I suspect haven't trained specifically for this fight, not in terms of a proper training camp, so that they aren't in the best shape they could be. And with a good camp, they'd be a lot fitter. And so I think that that's affecting their decision making here. I think that 2 rounds in, this is what, round 3 now? I think that you'd probably not immediately go for another throw because it doesn't really gain you anything. I think that just because the other guys managed to land a couple of strikes, just because Tattoos seems to have the edge, he seems to have a better left, and he seems to have a fairly heavy right, I don't necessarily think that you'd effectively give up on striking at this point. But clearly I'm not there, and I'm not taking part of this. I don't understand his decision-making process. But I think that, you know, you have to understand that as you're getting gassed, so's the other person, and that will change the dynamic of the fight. And as Captain Barclay would tell us, conditioning is your greatest hold, you know. Being fit and strong is likely to give you the win. But let's see what goes on. I suspect that we're going to get another throw. Let's see if I'm right.
We're turning away. We're turning away. What does it say?
Yeah,
Swim the oars, Jesse.
Head on head.
Swim. Underneath.
Yeah, you can see that. You can really see that little Josh is trying very hard to get that throw, and Tattoos is really trying to keep some space between them and to block that space off to stop the throw coming in so he can land some more strikes. He knows that should it remain at a striking distance, he's probably got the win. I can understand it. It's a little disappointing. I'd like to see a bit more striking, but I can fully understand why not. If I was up against somebody who was making me feel like they were a better striker than me, I'd probably be trying to close to a clinch too. Oh! That's clearly been edited before, which makes me suspect that somebody wanted us to see that strike. That's a lovely little blow. Let's go back and watch it again. I'm not going to slow it down because clearly I don't have to. They've already slowed it down for us. But we'll watch it again and then we'll have a bit of a chat about it. Okay. He managed to, yeah, as they're moving around, he's moving around. Little Josh has stepped off. He's freed up his left. He's brought it up with a nice little hook into the liver. You know, if he'd landed that well, that could be a fight-stopping blow in and of itself. I doubt it is, because we've got 2 minutes to go. But, you know, either way, gotta love that punch. So let's go back and watch it again, because we can. Yeah, okay, I think he's come a little round and he's looking at the ribs. Oh, and down we go for another one. That's nice. Nice bit of sportsmanship. These guys are clearly not fighting out of any personal vendetta. They don't have a beef. They're just fighting for the love of it, or possibly the money. Who knows? In the prize ring, originally it would have definitely been for the money. But let's go on and see.
See what I mean? That's our bread and butter, brother. It's our bread and butter right there.
There's some blood there. That's interesting. I hadn't seen that before. I wonder where that's coming from. It looks a bit like he's got some above his right eyebrow as well. I don't remember seeing a strike land that looked like it landed with enough force to cut him. But clearly something has, assuming it's his blood. I mean, I guess it could be Tattoo's blood, but I'm not sure. I think based on the fact that it's down his right arm and it's across his head, it means it's probably his. But I'm not entirely sure where it's coming from. Maybe he landed on something on the ground that's got him. Who can say? Let's see if the camera moves across to the other guy to see if we can see if he's bleeding.
Longer arms are keeping you out. We don't want that. I want you to get in there. Gotcha. Try to get that arms on the knee. Shoot his fucking hips until you take him out.
10 seconds.
That's our job. That's what we do. Okay? Right? We quit looking away.
Back up to scratch, and off they go again.
There it is, Jesse. There it is.
Oh, that was nice. Little left there. I think as little Josh dropped his hand, Tattoo's managed to get that little left up. It's quite short, didn't have an awful lot of power behind it, but when you're gassed, something like that's not going to be a pleasant thing to be on the receiving end of. Let's watch it again and see. Okay, so we're going to move
There
it
it is,
around.
Jesse. There it
There
is.
you go.
That close.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, went around behind the head, dropped him again.
Where are you?
Okay, went to shake hands.
One more. Okay. Be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Where are you at? One more. One more.
Okay, so it feels almost like they'd maybe agreed a round limit before and that we weren't a party to, and that they've decided to extend that by a round. So that may be why they went to shake hands. That would be my guess. So they're going to do one more round, and we'll see. Difficult to know who I'd give the win to at this moment. Probably Tattoos, because despite being a less able grappler, standing grappler, I think that his striking game is clearly better. He's landed more blows, he's got a couple of lovely body shots in, and one or two to the head as well. So I'd probably give it to him, but yeah, who knows? Difficult to judge this when they're not going to be fighting to the distance. I think if they were going to the distance, he'd probably win it, because I think that the throws aren't actually doing any damage. They're annoying and they're tiring, but I don't think they're actually gonna cause enough damage to Tattoos to actually make him give up. And I suspect that a couple more liver shots like that one could be a bit of a fight winner. But, you know, let's see. We're almost at the end now. So I guess we'll find out.
10 seconds.
One more.
Okay, 10 seconds. Come on, up to scratch.
Okay. You're a boxer. Box.
Fair point.
Go.
Let's get to this
Yeah,
last
you are a boxer. You should be boxing. Okay, but they're not. Straight back to the clinch again. Let him get in there.
Swing the arm, Jesse.
And I can see why. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was quite interesting. We'll watch that again, but what I think I just saw was that there was a bit of a clinch going on, and Tattoos went to turn to try and get across buttock, and as he did turn, little Josh managed to hook a leg and push him back and get that back fall or the back heel trip. Let's go back and watch it again and see. But again, I mean, it's a perfectly nice technique, but if you can't fight on the ground, it's not actually going to do much good for you, other than end the fight if they've already decided that this is the last round.
Swing the arm, Jesse.
So you can see, there you go, he goes to turn, but no, he drops it over the knee. There you go, and time, and they're up. I think the first thing to say is that, you know, huge respect to these guys for getting in there and doing that. It's a fairly alien rule set to any modern fighter if it's not something you're familiar with, and you can tell that because Tom Bellinger, that is him, right, was explaining the rules to them as they go along. These guys stepping up, doing that bare knuckle fight out in the open, in the woods, where you're allowed to grapple to a rule set you don't really know. You've got to have balls to do that. these guys both have, and they've both acquitted themselves pretty well. I think that that's probably fair. I think that Tattoos is probably somebody that I'd really like to watch fight again. I'm not sure how I'd feel about watching Little Josh fight again unless he was fitter, because he seemed to be avoiding the striking game. And to be perfectly honest, I love wrestling. I really do. But I love it because I love the groundwork as well. So if we're going to watch something that has no groundwork, I kind of want to watch some wrestling. No, God, what did I say? Got it completely wrong. I kind of want to watch some striking. And I can fully understand why he went out of his way to smother up the striking and to do it, because I don't think he had the advantage. I've said that more times than I can remember. But yeah, let's just watch the end and see what happens. Is there a winner declared? Nice bit of sportsmanship, that's good.
That fucking history just got made right there.
First time I get a picture of this.
Okay.
This fight ended in a draw.
Okay, yeah. That's probably fair.
Hell yeah.
So, things I liked a lot. I like the rule set. I don't think they've quite got it right, but it's certainly by far the best I've seen. By a long shot. Really, really like that. I love that the hitting the ground means that the round is over. I'd love it to be an unlimited length, but clearly, firstly, that's going to give us a really long video, and also it's a lot more commitment from a fighter to do that, because you can take a lot more damage. So I can fully understand why they haven't. I like that. I like the fact it's bare knuckle. I like the fact that the guys clearly have some experience at fighting, and I like the fact that the guy in charge has an English accent. So, yeah, American Prize Ring, Video 1, Jesse Warshaman Mays versus Joe Relentless Pursuit Adams. Definitely gets a thumbs up from me. I like it a lot. What do you think? Do you agree? Was this a fun thing to watch? Or is it just pointless without the ground fighting? Stick something in the comments, let me know, and as ever, if there's a link to a fight or a channel that you think I should be following, and I know some of you have suggested some already, I'm not ignoring you. I literally read every single comment, and I try and reply to them all as well. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see if I can find Tom Billinger's channel and stick a link in the description, so if you're not subscribed to him as well, go and check him out and tell him that Oz from English Martial Arts sent you.